Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue to read the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read. The ocean man from Dolichian and Holy Islands, the Aeaeans rising over the sea across the Alice, Mages of match for Ares, led their troops to war, a son of the rider Phyleus, dear to Zeus, who once, enraged at his father, fled and settled Dolichian. In his son's command sailed 40 long black ships. Next, Odysseus led his Cephallenian companies, gallant-hearted fighters, the island men of Ithaca, of mountain Neretons, leafy ridges shimmering in the wind, and men who lived in Crocyllia and rugged Aegyptus, men who held Zacynthus, and men who dwelled near Samos, and mainland men who grazed their flocks across the channels. That mastermind like Zeus, Odysseus led those fighters on. In his command sailed 12 ships, ploughing flashing crimson. The Thoas, son of Adrimon, led Aetolius' units, soldiers who lived in Pleuron, Pylene, and Olinus, Chalcis, along the shore, and Caledon's rocky heights, where the sons of well-born Oeneus were no more, and the king himself was dead, and Meleager with his golden hair was gone. So the rule of all Aetolian men had passed to Thoas. In Thoas' command sailed 40 long black ships. And the great spearman Idomeneus led his Cretans, the men who held Knossos and Gotin, reigned in walls, Lectos, Miletus, Lycastus, bright chalk bluffs, Phaistos and Rhetian, cities of joy to live in, the men who peopled Crete, 100 cities strong. The renowned spearman Idomeneus led them all in force with Meriones, who butchered men like the god of war himself, and in their command sailed 80 long black ships. And Heracles, son Tlepolemus, tall and staunch, led 9 ships of the proud Rhodians out of Rhodes. The men who lived in Rhodes in 3 island divisions, Lindos, Iliasus, and Cameros, white escarpment, armies led by the famous spearman Tlepolemus, whom Astyochia bore to Heracles, filled with power. He swept her up from Ephyra, from the Salus river, after he'd ravaged many towns of brave young warlords, bred by the gods. But soon as his son Tlepolemus came of age in Heracles' well-built palace walls, the youngest abruptly killed his uncle, the good soldier Lysimenius, already up in years. And quickly fitting ships gathering partisans, he fled across the sea with threats of the sons and the sons of Heracles breaking at his back. But he reached Rhodes at last, a wanderer rocked by storms, and there they settled in 3 divisions, all by tribes, loved by Zeus himself, the king of gods and mortals, showering wondrous gold on all that he had. Nereus led his 3 trim ships from Syme, Nitrus, the son of Argelia, and King Carapace, Nereus, the handsomest man who ever came to Troy, of all the Achaeans after Peleus' fearless son. But he was a lightweight, trailed by a tiny band. the man who held Nisyrus, Cassus, and Crepathus, Cos, Eurypylus' tongue, and the island called Caledony, combat troops, and Antiphus and Phidippus led them on, the two sons of the warlord Thessalus, Heracles' son. In their command sailed 30 long curved ships. And now Moses, seeing all those fighting men who lived in Pelasgians, Argos, the big contingents out of Alas, and Alope and Trichis, men of Phthia and Hellas, where the women are wonder, all the fighters called Achaeans, Hellenes, and maidens, ranked in 50 ships, and Achilles was their leader. But they had no lust for the grind of battle now. Where was the man who marched their lines to war? The brilliant runner Achilles lay among his ships, raging over Briseis, the girl with lustrous hair. The prize he seized from Lyrnessus, after he had fought to exhaustion at Lyrnessus, storming the heights, and breached the walls of Thebes, and toppled the wanting spearmen Epistrophus and Maens, son of King Euonymus, Selapius' son, all for Briseis. His heart was breaking now. Achilles lay there now, but he would soon rise up in all his power. Then men of Phyllis, Parasus banked in flowers, Demeter's closed the unholy grove, and Iton, mother of flocks, Antron along the shore, and Talos deep in the meadows. The veterans, Protesilaus, had led those troops while he still lived, but now for many years the arms of the black earth had held him fast, and his wife was left behind, alone in Phyllis, both cheeks torn in grief, their house half built, just as he vaulted off his ship, or Dardan killed him. First by far of the Argives slaughtered on the beaches, but not even then were his men without a captain, yearns as they did for their lost leader. No, Podysis, a fresh campaigner, ranged their units, a son of Iphiclus, son of Phylacus, rich in flocks. Podysis, gallant, Protesilaus, blood brother, younger born, but the older man proved braver too, an iron man of war. Yet not for a moment did this army lack a leader, yearn as they did for the braver dead. Under Podysis sailed their 40 long black ships. I'm going to stop here today and continue next time. Thank you for watching.